So I just got out of seeing Avengers Infinity War, and all I can say is fuck Marvel, fuck Stan Lee, fuck Disney, fuck everybody involved, and fuck that fucking piece of shit. I don't even know, like, why is it making me so angry? I've seen worse movies before. You know what it is? It's because it's the most fucking self-indulgent piece of self-cannibalization crap. We've had to endure 10 years of this nonsense. 10 years of movie after movie. They're just the most mediocre, unentertaining pieces of crap. All of which were ruined to build up to this. You remember Iron Man 2? Remember how it was a trailer for the Avengers? Remember how the Avengers 1 was a piece of fucking trash? It was one of the most boring, lame, like, that's all it is. It's just in-jokes. It's just all the characters making fucking in-joke after fucking in-joke. Oh, remember this from this previous movie? Oh, look, it's that guy from that other movie. Oh, look, it's another big damn heroes moment. Who gives a fuck? Like, as with every Marvel movie, the villain's complete shit. What is Thanos' motivation? It's about what's fair, and what's fair is to kill half of all life in the universe. Why? Because that would be fair if we blew up half the life in the universe. You got, like, a better motivation? No, this is what they came up with. They had 10 years. They ruined countless movies, like dozens of movies, by just turning them into, don't worry guys, we have this big plan. We're gonna have Infinity War. It's gonna be great. And then we finally get that. Who is Thanos? I remember, like, in the first Avengers movie, like, it showed him, and, like, am I supposed to know who this person is? And they're like, yeah, you're supposed to know who Thanos is. The guy who appears on screen for, like, 5 seconds in every movie. Well, he got his own movie, and it sucked. I don't, why is it making me so angry? It's just such fucking self-indulgent, lazy bullshit. And I can't take it, and I can't take the fucking fan base of this filth. They're just like, oh, it's good because they make reference to other characters in it. Oh, I like that Black Panther movie, and he was in this movie, so that makes this movie good. And that's all it is. Like, it's... And I can't believe I'm saying this, but DC movies are way better than this. DC movies are shitty in an interesting way. Marvel movies are mediocre in an uninteresting... DC movies are shitty in an interesting way. Marvel movies are mediocre in a shitty way. There's nothing to them. Like, Doctor Strange, Thor 3, I wasn't hard enough on Thor 3. Thor 3 was a piece of shit. Like this fucking movie. And you know what the worst thing is? And I just left because I refuse to watch the after credit scenes in this movie. Because it's not enough that they let you, like, sat through it. They have to make you watch the credits. It's such an arrogant, pompous, pretentious thing. Remember when they had shawarma? And that's like their idea of the joke. It's literally, you're witnessing culture cannibalizing itself in this film series. It's so desperate. You know what it is? It's the internet blood sports of cinema. It's something that has nothing more to give, and all it has left is just to eat its own embers. So maybe I should actually just stop ranting and talk about the movie. It was just every lame cliche, every empty platitude. You know what this, like, it didn't make sense. It's like every time something happened, there's like the most obvious plot twist ever. And you know what's, like, I didn't watch the after credits scene, but I'm sure what's going to happen in the next movie is everyone who dies is going to come back to life. Because, like, there's a part where Iron Man basically gets stabbed through the chest. You're like, oh, he's gonna die. There's gonna be stakes in this movie. They're gonna kill off some of these obnoxious characters. But no. No, he doesn't die. Thanos succeeds in killing half of everything. You know what? Makes no sense. Okay, so he has the Infinity Jewels. He has all 6. He has the power of a god. He can snap his fingers and make half of creation disappear. And he does this, he wants to do this because there's not enough resources in the universe. So he has to do it. But he can do anything, so why doesn't he just make more resources in the universe? I don't know, and it's like it's inconsistent. Like, sometimes he has the power of a god, sometimes he doesn't have the power of a god. It's just lame action scene, references to other movies, boring side characters after that. It's like the previous 2 Avenger movies. They were both shit. This movie was shit. So, it's just, like, fuck the Iron Man movies. The first one was okay. Iron Man 2 is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Not because there aren't movies worse, but it was the most just boring, soulless piece of crap I've ever seen. And, like, I had to sit through a trailer for Han Solo, and to be fair, Han Solo looks worse than this movie. Han Solo looks substantially worse than this movie, and this movie was pretty bad. But it's like the theme of this movie is you can't sacrifice the individual to save the group. So, like, you know, in that scene in Spaceballs where Darth Helmet and Lone Star are shaking hands, and he grabs the ring of power from him. He's like, this is why evil will always win, because good is dumb. That happens like 5 or 6 times in this movie with the Infinity Gems. They just basically, Thanos will threaten somebody, and it's pretty obvious he's gonna kill them anyways. But he's like, give me the Infinity Stone or I'll kill this person. They're like, okay, here's the Infinity Stone. And he gets 3 of them that way. And it's like, what? Why? And like, Doctor Strange gives him the Time Stone, and he's like, it was the only way, we're in the end game. And that was his explanation for why he did it. I'm sure there's going to be some nonsense, he's going to come back, because no one ever stays dead in these movies. So, like, if no one can die, then there's no stakes. It's just like a Quark film of the same, I don't even know. It's just to give these people work. It's a big work program. I like that Hawkeye didn't come back. Jeremy Renner was just like, fuck this. I love how they didn't do a Hawkeye movie, because he was like, I don't want to do a Hawkeye movie because I hate this film franchise. It's just, I don't know why I'm so angry. I guess just because people are going to watch it, they're going to think that this is great. This is great. Because it had references to other movies in it. So, it's just, like I said, fuck Stan Lee, fuck Marvel, fuck Disney, fuck the people who made this movie. It was just the most mediocre, lame. It's not as soulless as some things, but it's just a waste. It's a way. You know what? I sympathize with Thanos. If Thanos could snap his fingers and make half of the Marvel universe disappear, then I think it's worth it. I would give him an Infinity Stone. If he made like half the Avengers movies disappear, half of the other Marvel movies disappear, then it would be worth it. Then I would give it to Thanos. But overall, what do I give this movie out of 10? I give it a fuck you, Stan Lee, out of 10. And fuck everybody involved with it. So that's my review. It's a 1 out of 10. There's worse movies, but this one just made me angry for some reason. So that's my review.